Welcome, Battle Brothers. I am the Epic Narrator, and today we return for part 2 of our liberation of Volistad. This is our final liberation battle report, Mission 2. And in today's episode, we're going to be blooding our new Mordian Iron Guard. If you haven't seen part 1, I suggest you follow the link above. And if you've tuned in just for the epic cutscenes, you'll have to wait until the end of the video. But right now, let's strap in and get ready for some Imperial Guard carnage.
Very impressive, Agrippa. Your victory was decisive.
It was in the Emperor's glory, Commissar Holt. We must now return to aid our brothers in their quest.
Yes, of course. The newly arrived warriors of the Mordian Iron Guard will provide the backbone to our initial assault. We move to take the spaceport constantly. Reinforcement fleet Ravager approaches. The port is tactically crucial for their inclusion in our forces.
The Lord Commander Militant is fortunate to have you as his right hand in this campaign, Holt. No living Commissar holds more respect.
Goodbye, Agrippa. May the Emperor guide you in your quest.
For those of you not in the know, that was Commissar Holt, the most powerful and the most brutal of all the commissars. Yarrick has nothing on this guy. So what you can see now is the map of Volistad. So this is our narrative campaign map. So you can see our units in the bottom left corner. So we have a detachment here, our commissar unit, our Imperial Bombards. We've got 2 Mordian units. One is a tactical unit and the other one is heavy weapons. 2 Chimera units, and the most useless of all, the Fud guns. The Fud guns are terrible units. They are artillery, but very slow moving. They don't hit anything, and even when they do hit anything, they barely do any damage. I'll be looking to get rid of these Fud guns as soon as possible. Now, Final Liberation is loosely based on the Epic 40k system, the old Epic Space Marine system. So what we have here are cards, right? Each general or each commander can take different kinds of units, whether they be super heavies, titans, tanks, etc, etc. So what we want to be doing is upgrading these later in the game. So we're going to take the only option available to us, and that is to attack those bad moons at Zukov.
Sir.
So we have our commissar unit here. Also comes with a rhino, so we're going to be using these guys as scouts. This is going to be the first time you're going to see the commissars fly into battle, first and foremost. No cowardice from them. We want to be putting any of our artillery units on higher ground. I'm going to place my Fud guns on the higher ground here to the right of the battlefield, with the aim of aiming down some of that Fud gun fire onto the centre of the battlefield. So we want to be taking this objective, which is quite far away. So there are 2 objectives, one in just above the middle of the map and then one in the far north. Now we're just going to bin off that far north one. I don't think we are going to be able to reach it, so we're going to head straight for that middle objective. When you take an objective, you start depleting the enemy by 25 morale points a turn, so it's crucial that we gain control of that. We're going to be using our Chimeras loaded up with one tactical Mordian squad and 1 heavy weapons Mordian squad. Those heavy weapons Mordian squads are absolutely fantastic. They've got long range fire, and if there are any vehicles, hopefully they can pick them off. The tacticals, of course, we need to get them in close, up close and personal with the Orks. Not too close, because the Orks will tear them apart in hand-to-hand combat. But if they come up against any armoured resistance, the Orks are just going to dash them across the cobbles and brutally violate them. Our main fear, just like in the last battle, is that Warboss Scroll might be hiding some of those war buggies armed with auto cannons. A couple of quick pops of those auto cannons could take out one of our chimeras, or perhaps our brave rhino with our commissar. One shot with those units being transported, boom, it's all over, and that's a huge blow to morale. Now we're set up. Quick recap of the plan. Chimera and rhino loaded with troops, scream up the middle of the battlefield, take and hold that first objective. Meanwhile, the bombards are going to be raining down death and destruction. The FUD guns are going to stand on the hill and look fabulous. Potentially moving very slowly towards the enemy, and by the end of the game, they're not going to have fired a shot. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. Let's get stuck in. Battle begins. So let's scope out and see what Warboss Scroll has in store for us. So this is our Rhino loaded with our Commissar. If you notice the little green logo in the top next to the Rhino, that means he's a green unit. He is so far unblooded. We cannot see any of Warboss Scroll's units at this point. So the Fog of War is still active. So I'm going to be edging up these Chimeras loaded up with our Mordians. Now the Rhino is just a little bit faster than these Chimeras. Also it's loaded with bolters. So theoretically that Rhino is a little bit tougher. These FUD guns, like I said, they're an absolute waste of time. But just in case, I'm going to start moving them up. I'm going to try and take that highest hill. If we're lucky, we might be able to rain down some devastation onto the Orks. I'm going to keep my bombards in for Overwatch. So if they see anything, hopefully they should unleash. So we've got 1, 2. So these are bad moons. They could potentially be heavy weapons. And there's a warbike. There's a warbuggy, sorry. So this guy is what we need to worry about. These guys could be painful. And our bombards failed to fire. So we're going to unleash them now. We'll go for... Let's go... Decisions. Okay, so these are the biggest threat in my opinion. Fingers crossed. Okay, direct hit, but no damage. And again. Come on, brothers. Show them what you're made of. Yeah, not like that. Okay, last bombard. So these are the opening. This is the opening salvo of the mighty Mordian Iron Guard, and it was a complete failure.
Sir.
Now our amazing FUD guns can see and do nothing. So I don't even need to check the other guys. I know they can't see or do anything. So I'm just going to move them up and keep trying to get them onto higher ground, just in case it gets to the end of the battle and they might be able to shoot something. So now the Commissar is going to bravely run in and grab this objective, showing the rest of the forces what bravery really is. Go on, son. Here he goes to face the Orks on his own. Brave Commissar. Okay, so should we get the units out? No, not yet. Okay, so we're still sticking with plan A, which is to bring these Chimeras up the middle and take that objective. So the only brave soul out of his vehicle at the moment is the Commissar. We'll scroll turn 2. Does he have any surprises for us? Shots have yet to be fired by Warboss Scroll. This is encouraging, brothers. Okay, so we've got more war bikes. So we've seen quite a few of these war bikes, which is very worrying. And they've already moved up on the objective. So we are going to be losing 50 morale points a turn unless we take that objective. Get in there, brothers! Out of range. Okay, so I'm going to move the Commissar in as far as I can. Okay, so it's moved too far to be able to shoot. Now, because these war bikes are here, I'm going to move them in these Chimeras in as far as I can and start unloading the troops, because it is too risky to keep them in those Chimeras at the moment. Like I said, just one shot from those war buggies and it would be all over for the guys inside. And of course, those war buggies, if they don't move, they have 2 shots each. Take an early shot. Yes. That's what we want to see. So these Mordians are showing those bombards how it should be done.
Sir.
Can this heavy weapon team... No, but it was a valiant effort. So can the heavy weapons teams do the same again? The more of these war buggies we take out, the easier our job's going to be. A lot easier our job's going to be. So we are yet to take any casualties. So the unit with the banner you just saw then, that is the Mordian captain unit. So he is armed with swords and pistols. So although the tacticals have got las guns and these heavy weapons have got heavy weapons, of course. Okay, that's a miss. We really need to get the commanders need to get really close into battle before they can do any damage. Did I speak too soon about the Mordians? So we've got one more Chimera full of units. They're going to get out and do some damage.
Commissar.
It's all up to you, boys. Okay, so that noise there is a hit, but it failed to penetrate the war buggy's armor. So now let's get the bombards on the go, and yeah, we'll take some of these orcs. Nice clump there. Still, bombards failed to kill a single unit yet. Okay, finally, so that was the first orc casualties. So just 3 units. Not ideal, if I'm being honest. Not ideal. Surprise, surprise, these FUD guns can see nothing, so we will continue to move them towards the enemy. You know, by the end of the enemy, by the end of the battlefield, you never know, these guys might be able to see something. So these guys can't, you know, these... Oh, can the Mordians, can tacticals? Yes! Okay, tacticals take a shot. There we go. So the tactical units are good at obviously taking out infantry. So this is what we want. This is what they were built for. So I've been training for years. To slay Xeno's scum. Right, so the Rhino is going to just run in and take the objective. Show them how it's done. So this is in the time when, of course, Imperial Guard could use rhinos, also land raiders. Okay, one more round with the Mordians, I think, and then it will be Warboss Scroll's turn. Here we go. Run! Yellow, green-skinned, yellowy box. There we go. Okay, so these could be heavy weapons units, so they could take out one of our Chimeras. Our Chimeras are actually quite expensive units. Oh, there's our first casualty! There goes a Planetary Guard, another one. And there goes the Rhino. Okay, so... Oh, no! The lone Commissar and one Planetary Guard unit survived, but he's not going to break. Fires back, but he's suppressed and he can no longer move or fire. So we want these heavy weapons to take this guy out, get vengeance for their brothers. Oh dear, this is not going according to plan. Right, so these guys are really not good at hitting anything. They are very green units. Okay, so you know what I'm going to say. No, FUD guns cannot see anything. So the button I actually just clicked there, if there was anything available, the AI of the computer would have fired automatically for me. But yeah, there's absolutely nothing that I can do. Now who... Okay, so that multi-laser is normally better for taking out infantry, but I don't have much choice at this point. Finally, yes! And can they repeat this glorious success? Yes, they can. I can feel it. Oh! Heroes of the Imperium. think really, if we could, we want to be using this multi-laser onto the infantry. Oh no, what is he doing? Okay. It's quite easy. It's quite easy in Final Liberation to accidentally move your units, and there's no way to take that back. Unfortunately, there's no undo. So that's not really what I wanted to do, but you live and learn, don't you? So fingers crossed that these bombards going to be able to hit anything useful. Ah, yes. So now I think Skrull's warbikes are going to begin to flee the battlefield now. That is my guess. And if they are, yes, I think we've done it already, brothers. So Warboss Skrull's morale is already down to 275. We are going to be taking this objective point next. So this is just going to be mopping up these bad moves, I think, from here on in. But what we do want to do is minimise our casualties. Of course, this is the campaign mode. This is a narrative campaign. Any units that we do take will affect us in later battles. We'll have to replenish them. And God forbid we actually lose a unit. So my main worry at the moment is that, so that's a whole unit of bad men instead. My main worry here is our commissars are going to die valiantly in battle, as the Rhino's gone and the rest of the squad is dead except for one planetary card member and the commissar himself. So really, I want to be running those guys back because I don't think they can take the onslaught from the Orks. So heavy weapons. See if we can take out a whole squad here. No. Right. Let's pray for the commissar, brothers. We might have to pray for the Chimera as well. Oh no! Just the commissar left. Oh dear. He fought bravely. His name was his name has been forgotten. The Imperial archives were just so a valiant commissar died on the battlefield of Volistad. His name will never be known. Okay, so we're going to be bombarded.
Commissar.
Okay, so these are now the commanders of. So the captain has taken over command.
Commissar.
Tacticals get in there, yes. Okay, so just taking out those two Orks would have been a great blow, because that completely takes the unit away from their morale for the Orks. Now, what should we... So next, in the next battle, we're going to need to replace the commissar. What should we call the new commissar? I'll tell you what, I'll leave that up to you guys. Why not let me know in the comments below what you think our next commissar should be named?
Sir. Commissar. Sir.
Our tactical units are doing the business here, so I can't imagine there's much more fight left in Skrull. Right, so that's another whole unit taken down. Move this guy up. Now we might want to start thinking about bringing these chimeras back, as the chimeras are quite expensive units. We don't want to be replacing them later. Okay, excellent. Right, so you can just see how much better, I mean, in my opinion, how much better these heavy weapons units are. I mean, look at the range on that compared to the tactical squad. It's probably about twice the range of the tactical squad, and these guys actually have a good chance of potentially taking out vehicles as well. So when we get to upgrade the army later, again, I'll probably be ditching tactical squads for these heavy weapons.
Sir.
The battlefield is already littered with Ork corpses. So like I said before, I'm going to call this here, this is already a battle for the Imperial. Now let's see if by the end of the battle, these FUD guns have even fired a shot. No,
Sir.
so they just edge closer and
Come,
closer.
sir. Sir. Come,
Get in
sir.
there. Get in there. Oh dear, see, I accidentally moved that Chimera there, and that Chimera is in a very precarious position. So I'm going to try and support him, but in all honesty, I'm probably going to... Oh dear, so just wasted a shot there. I hope this guy can make up for that other bombard moving for some reason. Okay, this bombard's fired. And so if you can just move one forward, edging forward, I think that'll be the end. So more orcs run. Flee the battlefield. Oh dear, I thought that might happen. Okay, so these... in my turn now, I'm going to start moving those chimeras back. There is no point. If we lose another one, that could be potentially the whole unit lost, and that would be very expensive to replace in a later game. Now, can we destroy this building with them inside it? Now that would be ideal. Fingers crossed. No. Okay, one remaining bombard. So your brother's lives depend on you. Okay, so these bombards need to go back to training potentially. I would tell the commissar, but he's laying there dead on the battlefield. But he did show no cowardice. He didn't run. Tacticals. Yes.
Sir.
It's two measly orcs. Tacticals again are going to need to move up. So let's move up and reinforce the objective. Now it is possible to entrench on objectives or to entrench your troops, but you can't entrench on a road or on any concrete, which is why I haven't done so. I'm going to fire once. I should have moved him back actually. Let's throw caution to the wind. Really? I should move these chimeras back. But to hell with it! And to hell with the orcs! Shall we move him up? We'll keep him where he is. I think we'll keep him for Overwatch fire just in case. So yeah, we need some weapons. Just fire really far away. Very good units. So it needs to move in just a little bit.
Sir.
Right, so we get these guys in as well. So it looks like we're going to have to move up all of our Mordians, all of our heavy weapons guys. And then next turn they should be able to rain down some devastation. FUD guns, yet again, nothing to do.
Sir.
Just forget them. They can just stand on that hill doing nothing. And that is the end of that turn. Of course, just on 50. This could just be his last turn. Okay, we really don't want anything to happen to those chimeras. We want to destroy this building with those orcs inside it. I'm not sure if it's possible with a big building like this, but the smaller ones you can certainly destroy. Oh dear. Really, Final Liberation does need an undo button. Okay, so let's just run the captain in. Same with the tacticals, don't think they can shoot, so we just want to keep moving them up. Come on. Just one.
Sir.
More tacticals are going to need to move up. Getting stuck in. But next turn, if we hold this objective, next turn the orcs are finished anyway. It's just how many we can destroy of theirs before they flee, because their morale is so low. So just in case they do get another turn, yeah, I'm going to start moving these chimeras back. Because we don't really want to be replacing them.
Sir.
Pretty sure these guys will be able to take a pot shot. Oh no, okay. So keep moving up with the rest of them.
Commissar.
Sir.
Ork. And again, can we take out the whole unit? Yeah, so they're down to 25 morale. That's it, they're finished. So we could just end it here, but I just want to take a few pops, see if we can destroy this last unit.
Commissar.
And now what we should be looking forward to is another one of those glorious
Commissar.
final liberation cutscenes in the next few minutes.
Commissar.
Move these FUD guns in just in
Commissar.
case. Yeah, so my original
Sir.
hypothesis was
Sir.
correct. The FUD guns did absolutely nothing. So this Chimera is the one that we definitely need to move back because he's lost 2 of his mates. There it is! We have vanquished the Orks. Another victory for the Mordian Iron Guard. And we have gained some extra units. So we lost the commissars, so they've been completely wiped out, and we lost 2 chimeras of 1 squadron. I'll be quiet and see what Holt's got to say.
Lord Commander, the recapturing of the spaceport at Kotzlev is complete. Troops from the Ravager fleet now join the campaign. I await your further direction.
Battle Brothers, we have one more amazing cutscene. But before we check out that cutscene, remember to like and subscribe to the chapter. The more you comment and the more you like the video really does help with that YouTube algorithm and helps me to grow the channel. So remember, the number 1 question today is what shall we name our next commissar? I look forward to seeing you in part 3. And until next time, Battle Brothers, may the Emperor protect you through Nurgle's blood.